to anybody. This is my vision. This is my talk. This is my session. I do not influence anybody. This is simply for the fact of my own elevation and enlightenment. So this is going to be kind of like a live. I'm going to act like as if this is a live. Like, how y'all doing today? That's good. Bliss, peace, abundance, always. To those who are always trying their best, who are always going. You know, like, there's going to be shadows we all have to fight. There's always going to be something within that you're fighting. And I'm not saying that it's you or anybody else. It's just something that will come to you that you have to learn from. You know what I'm saying? So it's really not really of a fight. But I really just want to talk about some universal things. Just get high with y'all and talk about some universal things. You know, there's many times in my life where I just sat there and just thought. You ever just sat there and thought? Like when you just wake up, sit there and just look at the wall? If you haven't, I recommend it, because allowing your thoughts to flow is the best thing for yourself. And that's something that I'm doing more of, is meditating. I'm learning from my reflections that I'm doing, because in reality we're not all perfect, but we're all going through flows in life, and your attachments to life is what you learn from. So it's like the same thing can be happening to you and you see it, and it's your choice whether or not you learn from it. Like, and so a lot of people would choose to regurgitate from that, and they don't choose to learn from it's not really mistakes, they're learning from regurgitated apprehensions of their manifestations. So in reality, we're always manifesting, you know. Our reality is always around us. It's always true for what it is, because it is what we make it. We're the observers, the creators of our reality. And I've had a lot of people try to tell me, like, oh, it's a good thing that you're so enlightened at this age. I feel like that's an identification because of the words I can use now, but I was enlightened even as a kid, you know? It's just nobody could tell me exactly what it was to be enlightened. I've always been aware of these things, and I feel like that's why, even as such a young kid, I was abused. It's not anything anybody should attach to, because life is. Life is what is what can be. So everything that exists is what can be. So the reason why I got abused as well, I mean, could be as simple as that. Even as such a young kid, I had traumas that I had to learn from at such that young age. That just proves our power and our potential, our identity, our forms of why we're here. And one of my forms is the flame, the will, to ignite in others, enlighten our souls, get high, not off of just weed, because marijuana is a spiritual essence, but off of life. It's the extension of our realities. It's extending our perception of what we say is awareness or consciousness. I actually just decided to make something like this because I was just sitting there. I was just thinking, I'm not creating enough. I definitely need to create more because I'm such a creative artist. Like, I've always been drawing since I was a kid. Like, I've been doing things since I was a kid. Like, since I came out, like 3 years old, I've been drawing my nightmares. Because one of the rare things that I learned from my dad was to draw your nightmares and always connect the lines. What that was is, I'm in the country. People ride their 4x4s out here, side by sides. So I'm one of you. What some people would call me country, because I'm from Texas. So I'm the type of person who says y'all, but I'm very intellectual, very literal, very logical. I've always been a very literal and logical person. That doesn't make me who I am. These are just things, apprehensions that I've been known for. Does not make me who I am. For I am everything. We're always everything. We're always apprehending new manifestations. We're always projecting. We're always observing. We're always creating. We're always unmanifesting. We're always unmanifolding. We're as within, so without. I'm a smoker, so I'm talking randomly as well, because I'm just talking with y'all, but I'm a smoker, and I was gonna say y'all gonna see me smoking, because I smoke. I'm not scared to smoke. Me and marijuana, we have such a good essence together. This is me. Me high is the same thing as me living, just me breathing, because high, like I said, is just an extension of my natural high. This light's kind of bugging me though. No cap, because I keep looking at it, but I want y'all to see me. It's pointing right in my eyes. I'll try not to look at it. Maybe that's what the problem is. You know, you should look straight at the light. You know, that probably would help. But I'm grateful. I'm gratitude. Matter of fact, I don't say I'm full no more, because full is meaning my cup's full. My cup's not full. My cup is not full. Far from. And I'd rather not have it full, because if it's not full, that means there's always more to learn. And in case y'all wondering, I'm infinite. There is no age. And one of the key things I feel like that my dad, like I said, is that I learned from my dad was the connect the lines, because he was an artist, and I'm an extension of being the artist as well. And so why he had said that to me was because I would draw, and I would not connect the lines, because I kind of liked how it was. And every artist should express their art in any way they should possible, any way they could possible, because expression is different for everybody. Creation is different for everybody. So express your truest being the best way you can possible, without any identification of the outside world, meaning nothing's controlling your narrative of your creation. And so my dad said, connect the lines. You know, as a kid, I'm just thinking, oh yeah, connect the lines. But years later, obviously, time doesn't exist, but it obviously stayed with me. I mean, it stayed with me as well, because I never see my dad. Growing up, I probably seen him maybe like 6 times, countable in one hand. But it's alright. Live and you learn. Because I learned that my dad is not, this dad in this lifetime was the dad that I was in the last lifetime. So the reason why I've learned this is because I've reflected. So like, I've learned that my dad is just here. He was just here to extend my form into who I am now, which is obviously just a reflection of me, because we create the conditions. And one of my reincarnations is one of my spirit dads. My spirit dad follows me. Meaning, there's always a dad that's always beside me. There doesn't have to be a physical form, meaning my biological father, who like I said, I could count on my hands that I've seen that many times. that is not attachment to who I am. You know what I'm saying? A father doesn't make me, nor does a mother. And that's something that we all have to learn on ourselves, because that's how we extend and break those lines, being that extension. Because we are the trauma breakers, the blood cycles that end, it starts with us, you know? And it's really proven, because they always try to tell us that we've been rebellious. I feel like they don't know what rebellion is. They're seeing it now, obviously, with the way the quote-unquote world is, quote-unquote society, quote-unquote people. They're all facing their shadows. They're all just facing the apprehensions of the things that they've been pushing down, you know what I'm saying? The thing that's reflecting off, that's my hand. Like, I have the light right here, and I have the reflection, the shadow of my hand. They've been avoiding that, what's been inside of them. And maybe that's a great thing I'm starting off this lesson with black, because black represents nothing. It represents coexistence. And maybe this is a great way to start. Not maybe, everything is miracles. This is a great way to start my journey, is to show off the black, to show off the resistance, the rebellion. Because, you know, I've learned that they think we're rebellious because we don't want to follow the ways they did. Let that sink. They're going to stay mad at you all day, every day, if you're not following their line, the things they wanted for their life. If you're not following what they wanted for their life, and you're not doing what they wanted, they're going to get mad and try to reflect that on you. And so a lot of times people are doing what their parents want them to, and they don't actually realize it. It's like, imagine you're just always just trying to figure out what life even is. And then your parents are trying to tell you what life is. It's not how it works, you know? Our parents are meant to, obviously, we're supposed to reflect from everything. I'm not going to say what isn't. Matter of fact, I speak about what is. So, our parents should be teaching us, obviously, lessons, reflections that they couldn't have learned in their past lives. You know what I'm saying? Because people think lives are just in, like we only have one life. But within this one life, which is many lives, we have many lives, because we are infinite. And what do I mean by that is, like your ego, like people have these egos and they learn, you know what I'm saying? So it's like people think they're an adult because they did this or did that. They think because they do something physical, such as a job, that makes them an adult. In reality, that makes them just a worker. That doesn't even make them anything. They think what they do as an external force physically, like driving, you know, responsible quote unquote things, that makes them the adult or who they are to this day. And that's like, a lot of people shape their morals around that. Like, oh, you have to have a job to be sustainable if you want a comfortable life. You have to be make sure you're not doing what everybody else does. You can't be that crackhead on the street. Don't do this, don't do that. And as I just said, I talk about what is, because I learned from that. A lot of people talk about what isn't and what doesn't happen. Same thing is fear. And a lot of people try to say, oh, well, humans are naturally fearful. No, that's something that's conditioned. Everybody is conditioned to have fear within them. That is not something that is given to you. Like, I mean, something you're not born with. That's something that's literally given to you. Like the same thing as a kid. Like a kid wouldn't have fear if when he fell off the table, when he was climbing it, he would know not to do it again once he hurt himself. It wouldn't be fear. It would be learning. That is two total different things than saying, hey, don't do that or you're gonna bust your head open. Now that kid's never in his life ever gonna climb on a table. And that could be literally and figuratively. That table could mean a step, his next step to climb up that mountain. But now he has a fear to climb that mountain because he feels he may stumble and break his head. He's scared to do things in reality because now he's been forced and bred to fear things that do not keep him in a comfortable zone. A lot of people try to say I'm wise, but I'm just everything. That is simple. We all live and learn. We all are just reflections of our own realities that we make. So what I've done is reflected my reality. You know, even looking at myself right now, I'm beautiful. You know, I'm the bright light. I've been created here to apprehend this message to people. The fact that my tongues can even speak such messages, my throat chakra is opened, and so is my first eye, my mind's eye, my crown. It's allowing me to do this for not just people, but for myself. Like, this is a divine law. That's something, if you accept within yourself, you can finally embody, because it's just like losing fear. You have no fear. There is nothing to fear. What are you gonna do? Get judged? What the fuck does that matter? Everybody's you. How the fuck does that matter? It doesn't matter, bro. You're cool. You're chill. Nothing is outside of yourself. You have no reason to be mad at anything. You have no reason to have fear. You have no reason to attach to anything that's outside of self. Nothing makes you you. Nothing outside of yourself makes yourself you. You're not your job. You're not what you do for people. You're not what you breathe. You're not anything. At the same thing, you're everything. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are scared to think that, and they think it takes psychedelics, it takes acid, it takes things that are just psychedelics to extend that far and within yourself. Really not that extend that far, because it's not outside itself to go so deep within, because a lot of people are scared to do that. And they think psychedelics is what brings that out. You know, like, oh, I gotta take shrooms for this next. I'm ready to get in line, bro. I feel like I've been holding back, bro. Go within, meditate. Simple. Breathe. Enjoy life. Go do some movements. Go yell. Go scream at the sky. Bro, go let life know that you're alive, because life is you. Go breathe. Breathe. We're good. We're chill. We're everything. You see what I'm saying? You have no reason to sweat on shit. Bro, you can do anything and live life and enjoy it, because everything is what you make it. It doesn't matter what the fuck it is. Like, I don't really even like comparing, but like, if you were to literally just go outside, like how people in Africa, they don't have much, but guess what? What do? They create with what they have. They don't sit there and complain and do bullshit. They create with what they have, and if they ask for anything, it's fucking food. Like, who doesn't want food? You know what I'm saying? In reality, food is in abundance always. Everything comes in abundance if you let it be. If you have open arms to it, it will come to you. You have to have open arms to your manifestations, or they won't come. What do I mean by open arms? Allow it. I mean, sit there in your embodiment of yourself and allow these things, because these things are you. They're not separate of you. So you have to sit there and endow it. A lot of people have different names for this. I really don't give a fuck, but it's called, like, you could say Jesus, you could say God, like, you could say enlightenment, you could say divine absolute, you could say Buddha, you could say I'm 33rd, I'm Christos, I'm the crystal, I'm light, I'm love. All identities don't even extend to your truest form. You are like, the words can't comprehend it. So people try to say, oh, your breath is just that's what your breath is. That's like, yeah. But in reality, it's not that it's your breath. It's the fact that your just existence is the beautiful part of yourself. And like, the Matrix will distract you with things that make you think you're not everything. Such as this truck driving slow made me want to think like, oh, who is this? But it doesn't matter. It's a fucking distraction. They see me and they're scared. They see this light in this van thinking, oh, well, that's unusual. What the fuck is normal? What's normal, people? And that's the thing. Y'all over here trying to identify what's normal, but nothing's fucking normal. Everything just is. What is what can be. And what can be is already apprehended into existence. You have to realize that. So why even sit there and crow about all the things that exist, but in reality all things exist. So just let it be, right? Can you just let it be and just ponder and think and let things flow by, not attached to it? I will be getting paid for this. I don't know how, but I will. Because I'm not about the destination. I'm about the journey. I'm here to enjoy it, and so I am. I know that the right people will see this video, you know? Like, this information right here that I'm speaking is such knowledgeable truth that people deny it because they're scared. They're scared of the truth, you know? Like, the government doesn't even like shit like this. And I say really fuck the government. But closed-minded people don't like open-minded people. It's simple. I don't see it as two sides. I see it as one side, you know? Like, it would be beautiful if we could all just coexist. And I am coexisting with everybody. That's why I'm able to make videos like this, because I coexist, I create, and that's the whole point. When we create, people question. If people question, then we created. You see what I'm saying? If people walk right past it, how could they know it's created? You see? Like, we lay the stones. It's like the pyramids. We made those pyramids so they could reflect our reality. We made those pyramids so they can remind us that we've been here, that nothing's new under the sun. As above, so below. So within, so without. And if anybody knows there's a third one, please let me know on that third line. I'm gonna treat this like it's back in the day, like you just can't find the answers. Because I know everybody has an answer. Everybody has their own answer. And so I would love for people to also comment on this video if you can, because I'm here so I could teach people. And if you have any questions, like, I could also learn from that too, because everything's a reflection. But I could also just make a video as well by learning on it, by extending it, by speaking about it. Because when I speak, a lot of times it's just flow and it's not really attachment. And so I'm learning as I'm speaking as well. Some try to say that's a channeler, but we're always channeling. The more you learn to love yourself, which is everything, the more you can attract everything that is love, which is everything. Because I'm telling you, if you love everything, which is you, because your reality is what you make it. If you love everything, then everything is love. Then you can attract love, you see? If you make love money, love is money. Money is love is money, you are love. Money is love is money. Your life is what you make it. This is my van that I'm in right now. It's been sitting here for a little while. I'm getting a battery. It's coming. It's already here. See, because I trust that. I trust it. Simple. I'm looking at the light. It's not helping. But it is what I make it, so I can see easily. The light does not blind me. The light, it reflects my true intuition, my inner thoughts, you know. That's why I keep looking at it. Because I like to sun gaze as well, because sun gazing is good for your soul. Yeah. So I have this book right here called The Physics in Consciousness. The Physics of Consciousness. In the quantum field, minerals, plants, animals, and human souls. It's reflected a lot of things that I've already, that I've had realization of, enlightenment of, but I'm not attached to when I learned it, so I'll read it again. I love enlightenment. I love regurgitating of the same information, especially for my soul. But I also love to hear the new lessons, you know what I'm saying? So as well as I've been learning from it, I want to read something that is more deeper than quantum. Because I feel like quantum is also the same thing as just like, just your inner knowing, you know what I'm saying? I didn't have to read this book to know exactly what it's talking about. I already knew it. Because it really talks about the divine absolute, which is just you. It really is talking about the science behind it. But in reality, science has never been separate of spirit. So it's like, I feel like I've always embodied that naturally. So it really comes down to divine absolute. Just time doesn't exist. It just, like, in reality, just says time doesn't exist. And, you know, that once you can truly embody that, also through meditation, what helps a lot of the time is meditation, yoga, Tai Chi, doing things that are within the body, like breath, because spirit means breath. And so, like, breath work as well, the way you eat, you know, things you do on your daily life is what helps you bring enlightenment within yourself. Because we are divine beings, our senses extend way further than just the 5 senses. We have way more senses than that. And they don't try to teach you that because obviously it doesn't matter what the fuck they don't try to teach you. This is new school. Learn you something new. I'm not here to tell you what isn't, so this is what is. Magic is real, you know what I'm saying? Auras are real. Chi, prana, karma, dharma, whatever you want to call it. There's so many names for energy. Akasha, ether, 0 point, enlightenment, God, Yahweh, Yah, Ra, Anu, Ira. These are all reflections of ourselves. Si Pokni, Oka, si Okisa. See, I can go all day. Like, it's just constant. Buddha, Jesus, 33, the pyramid, the all-seeing eye, the enlightened ones, the light ones, the masonry, Babylon, Baal. Oh man, you can go all day with the names, bro. You can go all day with the names. It will never stop. The true enlightenment just is. You see? Just is. True enlightenment just is. There is no label. Like, just is not even, like, just is, like, sounds right, you know what I'm saying? Like, it sounds like the easiest way to explain what just is, like, what existence, what awareness, what consciousness is, because in reality it just is, because just is can, like I said, words, bro. The words can go fucking even further than, like, just is just means the definition of existence, of our awareness, of our consciousness that we're always projecting, because we're actually just consciousness slowing down its projection to experience its own reflection of itself, to really just go back really to itself, and everything just dissolves right back to itself, which is Akasha, ether, meaning it goes right back to a vibration of just existence, or just being, you know what I'm saying? We're always channeling, like we're the torus field, the atom, the Eve, the apple. We're the constant going of energy. We're divine light beings. We're God. We're light. We're goddesses. We're divine. See what I'm saying? The words, they can go all day, but we just are. And we are just love as well. We just are. We just are by creating. And you really get down to that by losing identity. Because a lot of people are just like, oh, so I can just kill, and I don't cause no harm to anybody. I don't ever talk about doing harm to anybody. This is for figure of speech. People will be like, I just harmed 10,000 people because I want to. Well, they're saying like, I just can because everything just is, right? So that means if everything just is, and that means Hitler did what he wanted to because he can't. Like all these other bullshit words. Like I said, your reality is what you make it. I'm not here to tell you what to do with your life. Don't be a smart ass with me. That's what it is, though. People are going to challenge you. They're going to try to challenge you, but life is what you make it, man. Don't try to tell me what it is not. Because you could say that all day and I can just slap the fuck out of you, and guess what? You ain't going to do shit. You ain't going to harm 10,000 people. Simple. Oh, look at this big guy. He going to slap the fuck out of me. I mean, grab it. You know why? Because I chose peace. I chose peace or prosperity. I was the type of kid that, like, and I'm still a kid, but I was the type of kid that if you were to try to pick conflict with me, you really never would. Nobody ever picked conflict with me. And it might be because when we were kids one time, this one kid, Jose, which is my friend, which he's a good friend too as well. And I'm glad that we even did that, because that's the only person I ever got into a conflict with. We were always the type of kids who were trying to better one another. We were always saying, like, I'm faster than you, I'm faster than you. And not to brag, but me and Jose were the fastest kids at that point. And what had swayed me at my point, I guess, was, identity as a kid, you know? I had seen so many kids that just weren't truly themselves, and I was reflecting that, you know? So in reality, I didn't know myself, because I seen so many people that I didn't want to be, so I didn't know who to be. And so at that point, like, that's enlightenment, but it's just nobody can tell you what enlightenment is, because they're like, oh, well, you're Aiden. We all love you. Get the fuck out of here. That's some basic bullshit. Like, I get the love, the extension of love, but in reality, you don't face a shadow. You don't face your shadow, and I can tell. I grew up seeing people with shadows. Like, people scream their shadows. In reality, like, people who just talk about daily bullshit, that's because they don't face the reality. There's something in front of them that they're not facing, because they want to talk about something other than enlightenment. And like, oh, well, if you're always talking about enlightenment, then you're going to be tired of that. Nah, bro, trust me. That's you. That's it. Simple. I don't care. Because I am who I am, bro. I've had so many people try to tell me who I am. How can you tell me who I am when I am nothing and everything? Come on now. Get the fuck out of here. Oh, well, you did that. Bro, what? Time doesn't exist. What the fuck are you talking about? Oh, well, you're not owning up to your actions. That's just called being avoidant, bro. What the fuck are you even talking about? That's just straight reflection at that point. And, like, that's when you just let people talk. Because that, in reality, I just let people talk, and that's when they just say shit. They just start reflecting. When you just let people talk, bro, they just reflect the reality. They don't ever talk about some shit that's actually, quote-unquote, true. But truth is subjective as well. But why give a fuck? You know what I'm saying? Why give a fuck about anybody's opinions? There's no point. Why would you? Just love everybody from a distance. You don't have to attach yourself to people's opinions, to people's judgments, to people's shadows. You could just love them from afar by loving yourself. Because we are that truest extension of ourselves, always. We always project and create the reality of ourselves. And how some of us could avoid that is by just not talking. And some people are like, oh, well, I have to say what's on my mind. Well, then you just have to people please. That's what the fuck you're talking about. You just have to project. Why do you have to project even when you're not even speaking, you still are creating a reality. People think like your words, it's just your words. Like, bro, your actions. And like I said, you have more than 5 senses. And on top of that, each one of your phalanges, your fingers, have a different purpose of creation. Everything that you have, your eyes, your nose, your ears, your mouth, your brain, your groin, your stomach, your heart, your pineal gland, your skull, like your skeleton, your nervous system, your immune system, all these things, bro. All these things have their own style of creation. And so, like, they all are attracting and manifesting different things depending on your lifestyle, depending on how you choose to project that lifestyle. People are like, oh, well, like, it's like the same you saying, like, you are what you eat. But reality, there's people who eat trashy who are just as enlightened. Food does not matter. Food does not fucking matter. It's all fear. Everything in the mind is fear. It's all fear, I'm telling you now. They want you to be scared. They want you to be afraid of your shadows. You see, I'm in the dark right now. I'm not scared. I am not fearful of anything. I am the demon. I am all things they are afraid of. I am the reflection of the divine, the fire. You see, I really don't give a fuck. And you know why? Because I'm my genuine self. I could be me all I want. I could sit here alone in solitude, talk to myself a million times, stare at the ceiling for 1,000 minutes, as long as I need to, and still be me. And me is everything and nothing. Like one of my friends says, give me monies. Some people might see this and be like, get a job. First of all, I love you. Not to attachment, though. I could say fuck you and love you at the same point. But I'm a carpenter, bro. Can you build a house? As well as I can do welding. I could weld. Can you weld? And that shit don't make me me. No, not at all. These skills do not make me who I am. Can you start a fire outside? Can you hunt? Can you hide your scent in the woods? Can you walk quietly to hunt your prey? And I'm not saying I go out and hunting. I'm saying I can do this. Do you go out and do flips outside? Can you even do a pull-up? Because I actually learned only 1% of the world can, or America maybe, I guess, world, some shit. Only 1% of people can do an actual pull-up, a proper pull-up. Bro, I can at least max out doing proper pull-ups. I could do 10, 15, like it ain't nothing. And can't remember last time I did pull-ups, but I do a bunch of other exercises. I'm not trying to flex on nobody. But I know my strengths and I know my weaknesses. And I can tell you what, that a job don't make me me. A job doesn't make you you. And because you're sitting in an office and I'm not, doesn't mean you're any better than me. Just because you're making more money, what you think is more money, doesn't mean shit. Because money can't take you nowhere. You go out in the woods, money don't do you no fucking good. The fuck is money gonna do you out in the woods? Tell me that. Tell me that much. Start a fire. How you gonna start a fire? Do you even have a lighter? Do you even have something to start a fire? Do you have a fire starter? Can you make a fire starter out of sticks and rope? No, I don't think you can. Why you speaking all that shit? Before you speak shit, let me know if you can do that. You know what I'm saying? And until then, let me know. And let's say you say I'm weak. Let's say you say that. I've been 180. I've lifted 135 over my head for reps like it ain't shit. So what? Weights ain't got to do with shit. It's all about the mindset. You see, I conquered you before you even spoke. Before you even said anything, I conquered you. Because your shadows evoke themselves by being me. Think about that. Scary ass. See, people don't really know. That's why you gotta think before you speak. As above, so below. All things are within, so without. We are the divine absolute. The truth. Probably gonna end this soon because I've been out here for 43 minutes. 44. I'm not attached to time. But I'm pretty decently high. I feel like I've had a great talk with y'all. I appreciate you if you've listened this far. Really, I appreciate love you. Because like to be heard like this, to be seen like this is different. Because this is true words. I'm not just speaking, you know? I want people to know these messages. Like, if you can screen record, send these messages out. Send these messages out to people because, like, there's so many things that people can learn, bro. People need to learn. And it's just a reflection of within as well. Because there's things we need to learn too. And I'm not saying I'm perfect, but I know I'm everything and I know I love. Simple. And that's how you do it. Peace. Peace and love. So don't ever extend yourself. Don't ever feel like you have something or have an obligation to do. But I would love if people please liked, share, repost, whatever the fuck you can to do to make this shit go pop. Because I want people to see this message. And I also want to extend from this. You see what I'm saying? I want people to learn. And I want my teachings to extend further this. If this video gets the proper introduction to YouTube as it should, and it will, I will make another video, and I will because consistency is key. And if you don't already, then follow me on TikTok because I'm trying to go live on there, and for some reason they don't think I'm above 18. I don't know when I made my TikTok, and I don't know why I didn't say I was above 18. Just to go live. I'm trying to go live. And as well as on YouTube, so if you can, subscribe. I need 35 subscribers, so I'm at 15. So if we can just go up 20 more subscribers, that'd be simple. 20 subscribers, 20 views. If this video even gets 20 views, please, 20 people like, subscribe if you can. You don't have to put notifications on. Because you won't have to see my videos again if you just can. Support, put some hashtags, comment some long ass shit if you can. I appreciate you. I appreciate, love you. Peace.